I used 367 billion tokens in the last 30 days by multitasking with cmux, and in this video I'm going to go through my workflow. So here's some quick maths. Across me and my co-founder, we probably used 500 billion tokens in the last month of GPT 5.6 Sol. And this all costs us $7,400 because we have 37 ChatGPT Pro 20x accounts. And if you try to use this over API pricing, it'll probably cost around $160,000. And for context, I'm working on cmux, which is a Ghosty-based macOS terminal that you can really use to multitask with coding agents. And so to quickly go through my workflow, on the left here you can see pretty much everything I'm working on. And then here you can see notifications. And then pretty much I just have a ton of them running at a time. Whenever a task comes to my mind, I start a Codex session, and then I type out my task, whatever. And then when something is done, I press Command-Shift-U to jump to the exact pane that needs my attention. And then you saw the blue highlighting, right? That will immediately tell me where to look, pretty much. And here, this is a background dev build that just finished. I have a ton of them running up here. And let's see, I don't want to look at this one, so I'm going to mark it as unread, and let's go to here. Let's go to here, because there's a notification here. And here you can see I have 6, 7, 8 terminals running, all running Codex. And here I can see on the bottom right, this one needs my attention because it has the blue ring. So it seems like this one is done. And then I need to review, so the main bottleneck for me personally is reviewing work. So which is why I asked in my agents.md for Codex to pretty much tell me exactly what to review. It tells me what is fixed, it tells me how it was fixed, and it tells me exactly what to validate. So I can command click, this opens in the cmux browser. I can command shift enter to open it in full screen. And then I can kind of review the work. And this, I think, is aesthetically not very pleasing yet, so I'm going to do a bit more work on this. So I want to reply here with exactly what I want. And there are some other nice parts of cmux. We have, for web stuff, we have a design mode, so you can kind of pick exactly what you want. So maybe I want to say this needs to have syntax highlighting for bash. And let's see what else. What else do I not like about this? Removed a subtitle. I can just copy that, and then I can just chuck it back in. And then this is a interesting payload that my co-founder came up with, but I think this encodes the JSON string, and yeah, it'll work. I've tried it before. But anyways, we basically just cycle through Command-Shift-U a bunch, and whenever there's something, I review the work, see what was changed, and then I send a response, press enter. That's pretty much it. And then some other interesting parts is how do we do parallelization? Right here, this is a little chaotic. Everything is sorted by pinned, and then after pinned, it is most recent notification. In my opinion, this is the best way to order things. Some people like to order by projects. I'm not a fan of that because I want to order by tasks instead. I want to treat it more like iMessage. And I think the chaos works for me because I got very used to Command-Shift-U. But then I want to go through our skills file. So let's see. We can open our agents.md in the markdown viewer because cmux has a built-in markdown viewer. And here the main thing is the repo layout has repo and work trees. And a big part of how we work in cmux is we use work trees, but we don't manage the work trees ourselves. We have Claude Code manage the work trees. And we wrote a blog post about this, actually, where it's basically super repos and why Claude Code is the best work tree manager. Pretty much cmux term HQ is a super repo. It's a separate repo that we keep private that contains submodules of all of our repos that we're working on. And we're working on a bunch of different repos right now. For cmux, you have cmux, we have subrouter, we have a bunch of different things. So if you look here, we're working on a bunch of different things right now. So a lot of them share the same repo, but a lot of them are in different repos. And the reason you don't want to manually manage them is you don't want to manually run bash commands by yourself. You kind of want to let the agent choose what repos are relevant to a particular task, and you want to let the repo, and a lot of tasks span between multiple repositories. For example, we might have a change in Ghosty and we have a change in cmux, and ideally the agent opens a pull request in both, and then it auto-reviews in both, and then it merges the pull request in both after it's done auto-reviewing and after we're done dogfooding. But pretty much a super repo is relatively simple. It just asks the agent to create a work tree and to infer from the task exactly what repos to clone, what work trees to create, and we also have additional instructions down here, which is how we can easily command click to jump to exactly the dev build that we need to dogfood. And pretty much I'm not really doing anything complicated. I'm kind of just Command Shift U. Oh, okay, there's a link. I should dogfood it. This one is a terminal. There's a terminal right here, so I can just use it in a TUI here. And then I can test it out, see if it works. If it doesn't work, complain to the agent, inject my human taste, and then Command Shift U again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is cmux. You should give it a star. And token max. Thank you.